We've all heard about the 10,000 hour rule. It was a rule made popular by Malcolm Gladwell in his book Outliers. It simply says that you can become a champion at anything you like, provided you spend 10,000 hours practicing it. Aha, practicing. That's what I want to talk about today. Hello and welcome to another edition of Chai with Pai. No matter which side of the debate you are on and whether you agree with Malcolm Gladwell and the 10,000 hour rule or not, one thing is clear: practice makes a difference. And what I want to talk about today really are three little things, three thoughts on practice, which I think can help all of us become just a little bit better. What I want to talk about is why practice matters, what to practice, and how. So let's get started. The first one, why practice? Okay. Practice reduces pressure. Are you nervous about that presentation that you need to make next week? Well, there's a very simple fix for it. Practice that presentation. Spend time preparing, rehearsing, and you will suddenly discover that your actual presentation goes off a whole lot better. We've all admired some of these TED Talks and wondered, how did these people manage to speak so well, so effectively? The truth is, most of those speakers at TED were nervous wrecks just like you and me. But what the TED guys do is get you to practice. Practice, practice, practice. What happens then is that little offhand remark that you see, that emphatic pause, that funny one-liner, all these have been completely rehearsed so well that they all look completely natural. So a good way to ensure that you get it right is to practice. Practice reduces pressure and in turn enables better performance. So that's a good reason why we should all practice. The next question, of course, is what should we practice? And I like the advice that a squash coach at the Trinity College in Connecticut actually shared with his students. And he said, in match time, play to your strengths. But outside of that, practice your weaknesses. Great advice, I think. Play to your strengths, but practice for your weaknesses. So he was telling his students basically that if you have a strong forehand, your best chance of winning a game is to get those forehand shots right. Keep smashing, keep getting that forehand to work to your advantage. But outside of the game, when you're practicing, come on, get to work on the backhand. Make that weaker backhand a stronger suit for you. And when you do that, you'll become a better player. The danger of playing to your strengths, and we've all been told many times to play to your strengths, I think the danger of doing that is that you can limit your growth. You can start slipping into your comfort zone. And once you stop growing, you are unlikely to become as good as you were meant to be. So terrific advice, play to your strengths, but practice your weaknesses. And the third one really is this, which is, if you must have sometimes wondered, what separates the champions from the rest of us? What makes the difference? And I think the answer lies in the way we practice. What do most of us do? If there's something new that you want to learn, we get started, we practice a little bit, we fumble, we make some mistakes, we try again, and then we get it right. And when we get it right, we are thrilled. We are so happy that we finally got it right, and we stop practicing. That is a mistake. What we need to do is to do what the champions do. Most of us practice till we get it right. What the champions do is they practice till they can't get it wrong. Powerful advice. So if you look at a champion golfer, what does he do? What does she do? They'll set themselves a target to sink, let's say, 10 consecutive putts from a distance of, let's say, 5 feet. So even if they manage to get 8 of those putts in, but when the 9th one doesn't go in, the counter gets reset and they've got to start all over again till they can get those 10 consecutive putts in. Most of us practice till we get it right. Champions practice till they can't get it wrong. Those then are 3 thoughts on practice to help each of us become just a little bit better. In fact, to become the champions we were meant to be. And now that you know what it takes to be a champion, there's just one more thing you need to do. Yup, you guessed it right. Practice. That's all in this week's edition of Chai with Pai. Until next time, enjoy your chai and yes, remember to practice.